The gold market this week shot up 1,250 pips, which is insane for this market, considering the fact that we have been pushing up literally for about 7 weeks now, and price does not seem to be slowing down. Hopefully you were able to catch some moves on this market this week like I have, and if you're looking for a game plan for this upcoming week, this is the video that's going to give you my entries, my exits, and my profit target zones. So make sure you stay tuned, especially given the fact that NFP, which is non-farm payrolls, will be pushed off until October 10th due to the government shutdown. So it'll be really interesting to see how things play out. And going on the weekly time frame, as usual, you can see that I have a lot of different levels. I do have some levels down here. Basically, they're irrelevant at this point because the price on gold has been making all-time highs essentially every other day, sometimes the same day. So it's no surprise to me that this week closed much higher than the last. We don't know how long this bull run is going to last on gold, so we definitely want to take advantage of it. And looking at the weekly, like I was saying before, so let me just go ahead and mark off the level right at the top. So what I'm going to do is actually just take one of these old levels and then just go ahead and just clone this level here, and it's going to be right at the top of the market at this point in time, which is 38.96. So that's going to be the top. Let's go ahead and go down to the daily time frame, so that way we can see all these other levels that I'm going to call out, so that way you could easily follow along with the analysis that I have. Now, of course, I have a lot of alerts here, just a bunch of different levels that I was looking at over this past week. So it's going to clean up the chart a little bit and get rid of some of that clutter. So let's just go ahead and keep marking up this chart. So looking at this level right here, we have a level at 37.88. Here is another level that we drew at 37.56, and then another level here at 37.22, and then the next level is at 37.06, and then I'll probably stop right here at 36.74, especially because price has not been down here for a few weeks now, and it could come down here. So this would be one of the last levels where I would look for continued buys. Obviously, there's a lot of opportunities up here to continue to look for buys, but this would kind of be like one of those last levels. So for right now, the daily is looking good. Let's go ahead and go down to the H4 time frame, so that way we can see a lot more data. Okay, so now we have our levels on the H4 time frame, and we can see that there are some things that we need to fill in here. And if you are newer to trading and you are looking for a way for you to take your first confident trade in 30 days or less, then go ahead and check out the newly launched Trading Launchpad. So that way you could be able to take trades with confidence and learn in as little as 30 days. I know a lot of you are looking at this gold video and some of you have never taken your first trade. I know this because some of you have sent me messages on various social medias and have told me this. I want to make sure that you have a way to be able to start your trading journey as simply and as easily as possible. That's why I created the Trading Launchpad. And one thing to note is that yes, I talk about the gold market, but I also talk about the options market as well, because I do trade options and have been trading those for years, even though I haven't talked much about it on this channel, but that is going to change. And if you are more advanced, then go ahead and check out the Profitable Traders Academy and be able to take trades with confidence, building up your account and also your skill set. So go ahead and check out the links. They are in the description box below. And then also, since I just launched the Trading Launchpad, I am offering 3 amazing bonuses. This is the bonus section where you can check this out. You're going to get your first trade with confidence toolkit, mark up your chart markup mastery workshop. I'm actually recording that really soon here. I've already finished all the slides. It's super amazing, so helpful. And also the options chain decoder pack, where basically if you're new to options or just interested in options, you will know exactly what you need to look for in order to pick the right things inside of the market, and that will increase your probability of success inside of the market, because all of these things are just probabilities. So go ahead and check out the Trading Launchpad, or if you want more help and support, then the Profitable Traders Academy is going to be the best for you. So now here on the H4 time frame, let's go ahead and mark off some levels. So the first level that I see is around here, and that is going to be at 38.43, especially because we do have a nice support in this area, and it's been coming to this area actually quite a few times. I mean, there's not much to see on this time frame back here, but we do see candles kind of stopping in this area, so it does tell us something, and we will probably get those details on lower time frames. So that is looking good. The next level, this is the level that we drew last week. Now that we have more market structure and more data, let me just go ahead and get rid of that because that is not relevant right now. But we're going to take this yellow level right here, and we're actually going to move it up, especially because we do have newer market structure, and we can see that price formed a nice support here. I remember seeing this earlier this week, well, after I woke up, because this happened in the middle of the night. But it's really interesting to see this level, and this was actually from earlier this week when I saw this. So I was able to catch some moves somewhere in here, but basically nice level. So I definitely want to mark that off. And then right in here, this level that was drawn last week. Now that we have more market structure, just want to bring this up a little bit. You can see that I already had a level drawn here, but now we're just going to make it a bit nicer with this long level right here. So that is looking really good. And this level is sitting here at 37.60. And I forgot to call out this is at 37.96. So now you have both of those levels. This is still looking good here at 37.22. And then of course, 37.05.06 is kind of where we're stopping at for this week. Okay, so going down to the H2 time frame, I'm sure there's other stuff that we can see. All right, so now we have bigger candles inside of this market. And one thing that we need to note here, we can actually bring this level down just a little bit so that way it lines up with the support right here. We can even line it up with this one, but for right now, I want to keep it here. And there's really nothing else that I want to mark off right here. Yes, there is some sort of level right in here, but it's too close to this level that I already drew. So I'm going to go down to the H1 time frame so that way we can get into the game plan for this upcoming week. So now we can see that there are some levels whipping here. I mentioned this before, but I do see another level right here. So as I look at my game plan for this upcoming week, what I would be focused on is seeing how far price can pull back. And yes, it can pull back to here, but it can also pull back to here. And this for me is looking the most likely. Obviously, no one has a crystal ball and they don't know exactly where it's going to pull back, but right here is looking likely for me. And then also continuing to ride this trend up right about there, and then also looking at a potential deeper retracement like we had several times this past week. I remember going to sleep and then waking up and just seeing price essentially zigzag. So I remember taking a trade and then closing it out right before I went to sleep. I did have a limit order that was still open. I had no idea that price was going to get down. So far it did, and ended up taking me out of the trade. But fortunately, from that first trade, I was able to gain enough pips in the market where I still ended profitable, and I took other trades after that. So essentially, this is my game plan for this upcoming week. And also, before we get off of here, I want to also point out another thing. Since this market has been making all-time high after all-time high after all-time high all the time, it seems, I want to actually use my Fibonacci retracement tool and just mark off the bottom to the top, and then look at other areas where price could potentially go to, especially because it seems like we have to use this more and more every single week. So let's go ahead and mark off this first level. It's at 39.25, and then also this other level that I am looking at is also at 39.61. So these are the areas that I'm focused on for this upcoming week. If you found this helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel so that way you don't miss any of the other amazing videos that I create on this channel, helping you become a more confident and consistent trader as simply as possible with step-by-step instructions like you just saw right here. See you there.